There are many incredible human records that have been published into the Guinness World Record books. Some of these records are absolutely incredible, while other records are downright dangerous. But all of these records are way too difficult for me to even achieve, so I'm never going to be in the book. So going back to these stunts, they have the ability to cause harmful and debilitating injuries and even death. That's right. So this right here is the top 10 world records that are extremely dangerous. So starting off this dangerous list, like we always do, in at number 10 with the fastest weight gain. The controversial and unhealthy record belongs to Donna Simpson. Back in 2010, she weighed 602 pounds, and she decided to set up a website where people can pay her money to just watch her eat junk food, because people are so into this for some reason. She was so determined to break this record for the heaviest woman. Within 2 years, she decided to eat 20,000 calories a day. On average, people should be eating like 1,800, 2,000 depending on your body. This is 20,000 calories a day, and she was doing nothing to be active. She was aiming for a weight of 1,000 pounds, but she has since gone on a diet in order to become more independent and to take better care of her children. There are so many negative health consequences to gaining so much weight in such a short amount of time. I mean, there's going to be a whole bunch of long-term effects. Highest pool dive soars its way into number 9. This record belongs to Olivier Favre when he dove from 177 feet above the surface of the water, and this was actually back in 1987. He attempted to do a double back somersault, but he ended up breaking his back upon impact, and he had to be rescued. The impact with high diving could severely affect the joints and muscles of the athletes, and unfortunately, athletes who attempt this record are more often than not injured as a result. Largest airplane eaten makes its way into this list at number 8. That sounds bizarre, I know. This ridiculous dangerous record belongs to Michel Lotito, who has eaten everything from bikes to airplanes. This took place from 1959 to 1997, in which he ate an estimated 9 tons of metal. However, the plane itself took him roughly 2 years to consume. Michel actually suffers from pica, which is a medical condition that causes a person to crave non-food substances. This disorder can be extremely dangerous because it can lead to a blocked intestine and other surgical emergencies. Lead poisoning is also a well-known risk with pica. I think it's safe to say that this record will probably never be broken. Moving into number 7, we have the record for the most live rattlesnakes held in the mouth. Jackie Bibby currently holds this record of assortment of rattlesnakes related records, including climbing into a sleeping bag with 109 venomous snakes and sharing a bathtub with 195 of them. But for his latest record, he had to put 13 live rattlesnakes in his mouth. He had to keep their tails in his mouth for 10 seconds without getting bitten. This is obviously very dangerous because rattlesnakes might feel threatened. I don't know why they wouldn't feel threatened in this situation, or vulnerable, so they're more likely to attack. If he was bitten by these rattlesnakes, the venom could cause necrosis, disrupted blood clots, and difficult breathing, and that's just to name a few symptoms. Lighting things up, in at number 6 spot, we have the record for the most fireworks strapped to a human. Todd DeFazio had 15 fireworks strapped to his body and lit it at once. I don't know, this is incredible but completely stupid. He broke this record on July 6, 2010, and the fireworks consisted of an assortment of bottle rockets and Roman candles. Luckily, he didn't suffer from any burns or lost limbs. Lucky for this guy. However, this record is extremely dangerous, and it could have been easily resulted in a catastrophic injury or even death. Most motorcycles driven over a body while laying down on a bed of nails because having the motorcycles on your body wasn't enough. Well, this comes in to number 5. Simone Calati from Italy is an extreme performance artist, and back in 2013 he attempted this dangerous stunt and broke the world record. With a time limit of 2 minutes, he endured a weight of 31 motorcycles while laying down on a bed of nails. Obviously, this stunt is very dangerous for many reasons, and luckily he wasn't seriously injured while trying to attempt this stunt. Highest wire walk comes into this list at number 4. Freddie Knock broke the record for the highest tightrope walk when he successfully walked across the Swiss peaks. He started his walk at Banco Grit at 3,532 meters above the sea level, and then the 50-year-old eventually reached the highest mountain in the Eastern Alps. The 347-meter walk took Freddie just 39 minutes on a synthetic tightrope with a diameter of just 18 millimeters. Just think about that for a second. He accomplished this stunt without any safety guards in place. Thankfully, he didn't fall. Beating her way into number 3 for this record for the furthest thrown by a car accident. This world record wasn't achieved on purpose, and I'm not even sure why Guinness decided to have this into their books, because it is so dangerous if anyone tries to, attempt to beat this record themselves. Like, okay, let's get into a car accident and hopefully I fly out the furthest. Matthew McKnight was a paramedic attempted to help victims of a car crash when he was struck by a car traveling 70 miles an hour, and this is on October 26, 2001. He was thrown 118 meters over the highway, the median, and the other highway. The impact shattered his pelvis, tailbone, and left leg, and his landing broke his right shoulder and dislocated both. He spent 2 weeks in a body cast and intensive care. And now at number 2, we have the highest blood alcohol content. Again, this should be in the Guinness books because there's gonna be people that try to break this record. No one should ever attempt to break this world record. This record is highly dangerous, obviously, and it can most certainly result in death. So for the record for the highest measured blood alcohol level belongs to an unidentified man. I guess he didn't want to give his identity, but he's from Poland. And this is after he crashed his car and he went headfirst into a tree. This is back in 1995. He was taken to the hospital where he had a blood alcohol level of 1.48%. Keeping in mind that 0.08 is the legal limit for operating a vehicle in the US, and death is highly possible at the reading of 0.03%. The man died several hours after the incident because of severe blood loss. And now coming into number 1 spot, we're talking about this insane record, heaviest car balance on a head. John Evans famously is the owner of the world's record, and he managed to balance a car on top of his head for 33 seconds. The car weighed 352 pounds and it was a Mini. John is 6'6" tall, he weighed about 343 pounds, and he has a neck circumference of 24 inches, so that's 2 feet around his neck. He has an extremely strong neck, but still the weight of the car can fracture his skull, and any slight movement can cause the car to just collapse right on him. Well, there you guys have it. Those were some crazy records. Please don't try any of that. You know, even the drinking one, I know it seems easy. It's like, oh, my parents have liquor, I can just go in there and just grab it and try to make my way into the Guinness books. No, don't do that. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.